Wanted you all to have a chance to be able to get to see this exciting new place, and we had mentioned that we're with the multi-purpose room being closed, that we were going to be in a new digs. Yep. So Kat and Tony were nice enough to let us come over here and record our show and be guests on our show. So welcome both of you. It's nice to have you both with us.
We're excited. Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. So thank you. And he's not on camera, but we want to thank our pastor Ken for helping us with the piano. You know, but you could see I have a lot of musical aptitude with playing the piano. So, but I mean, what a beautiful space, y'all.
Yeah, it is. Gorgeous.
I mean, I just am very excited to be able to see that this is done, and I know we're not operational yet as far as residents coming in yet because we haven't been allowed to be able to do that yet, but we are cooking all the food over here now for the healthcare center, so that's really great just in itself, in my opinion. So that means we're not transporting it all the way over from our main kitchen over to the healthcare now. All the food that's being made is being made right here, which just means it'll be fresher and nicer for the residents over here, our staff too. So I'm very excited.
We already smell the food cooking.
They get to smell the food cooking, yeah. I mean, that's a huge deal, right?
That is huge.
That is a huge deal. So
they're already saying how much they're enjoying the food.
Yeah.
I see the improvement.
I can see it. I mean, you know, because before we know that they had to cook the food an hour and a half ahead of time to be able to get it over here, get it all set up and everything else. And so it just goes that much faster. So it just means so very exciting. So, but welcome to another exciting episode of As the River Churns. We're very excited to have Tony Chapman, our director of nursing.
Hello.
Kat's going to be here with us as our healthcare administrator, and she is also our community mentor.
Community mentor.
I never can remember that last one. You know, it's like I don't know how you get a business card that puts it on her Kat Banks, you know, community mentor and healthcare administrator. You don't have room for anything else on your business card if you had all the one. So, but we're very excited about having them on the show today, and Lisa, there's going to be a little bit of different things today. Obviously, we can't do the trivia today.
Right. No trivia.
Because there's no way for you to call in since we are unfortunately recording this show, not actually showing it live. One of these days, maybe we'll be able to figure out how to do that outside of the multi-purpose room area. But
With the renovations in our multi-purpose room
Yeah.
over the next 2 weeks,
Yeah.
they are installing features that we would be able to do things like that.
That's awesome.
So for future, we will be able to remotely do some things.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, well, Lisa, since we don't have trivia, we'll go right into some of the coronavirus
Yes.
statistics, and I do have those as of. So today is Tuesday, the 16th of June, right?
Yes.
So these are as of yesterday, because we are taping this before the Tuesday statistics come out. But just real quick, I'm not going to get into a lot of this. I'm not going to go into all the detail that I did before, but we've seen a spike here in North Carolina. The governor has chastised the citizens of North Carolina, unfortunately, because I think we are seeing quite a bit of a spike here. And this is my own personal input into this, but people are not wearing their face masks when they go out. I've been into the grocery store once or twice in the last couple of weeks, or been in the Lowe's Home Improvement, and I am one of the few and rare that are wearing masks in these places. And so I saw that the state is actually pushing to make it a law that people are required to wear a face mask in any kind of public forum. And I think that's
that'd
the
be
right
a
way to
good
go.
thing.
I mean,
Yes.
we know how
Yes.
important that is from an infection control
Exactly.
standpoint,
Exactly.
just with our staff,
Yes.
how important that is. And so, if they really want to get serious about cutting the numbers here in North Carolina, I really think that they have to figure out something with the mask thing. So hopefully that'll happen. But our statistics as of yesterday are that we have done 638,479 completed tests. We have 45,102 positive cases right now. Unfortunately, we have 1,118 deaths in the state of North Carolina. We're right about 800 in hospitalizations, which is another thing we're seeing is that hospitalization rate has really continued to climb. We were at 550 to 650 for a long time. Then we went into phase 2 and really have jumped up from 750 to 850 on a more regular basis now. But Mecklenburg County still is the leader as far as number of positive cases. They have 7,321 cases as of yesterday. Wake has 3,099. Durham has 2,712. Forsyth has 2,250, and Guilford has 2,061. So we're seeing all the counties climbing up here a little bit, unfortunately, and that's not a great sign. We're kind of hoping that we can kind of keep rocking and rolling as far as trying to keep our cases down, but it's going up. And then as far as nursing homes and residential care facilities, we have a little over 5,000 cases that are in nursing homes and residential care facilities. Those are the ones that are positive cases. And I did some quick math on that, and we're about 11% of the positive cases are in our types of communities and nursing homes throughout the state. And that percentage has dropped. We were running, I was telling Lisa this, we were running 15% for a long time, where 15% of the positive cases were coming from nursing homes or type communities. Now it's dropped a lot. 11% now is coming. And I think that says something about the infection control that we're doing in our facilities. And also, unfortunately, says a lot about what's happening outside of our doors, which is, we know people are getting it because they're just not being smart. They're not being practicing the 3 W's out there. And then the deaths continue to be, and we know this, continue to be right around that 60%. Or 60% of the deaths in the state are coming from nursing homes and retirement communities. And that's been staying like steady Eddie for a long, long time. So we the statistics aren't great, unfortunately. I've had people ask me whether or not they thought the chances are that we're actually going to go to phase 3. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know that for sure, but my opinion is, with the way that we're spiking in cases, unless they do something, there's no way they're going to take us to phase 3. I just don't see that they're going to be capable of doing that. But if that's me, that's my interpretation. Somebody else might have a different opinion about that, but I just don't feel like we're ready yet to go into phase 3.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But we've been very fortunate. Kat, Tony, hats off to you and your team here. We know we've had our 2 positive cases. We had 2 staff members that tested positive. Fortunately, in both cases, they were isolated and contained, and no spread here in the community. An update on both of them. One, I think I mentioned the other day, was testing to try and come back. As a matter of fact, is that right?
Our staff have done remarkable, washing their hands more, cleaning more, staying 6 feet apart, wearing their masks, and they understand we're protecting our residents and protecting each other, we're protecting each other that work here.
Yeah.
And even talking about doing it outside when they're not at work,
Right.
they continue to do those things.
Yeah.
And it is very important that we all do that.
Yeah.
Because we do want to keep it out of here, away from our residents.
Yeah, amen.
They've done remarkable down doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're proud of all of them.
You should be proud. I mean, we got a great team. And, it's it's been, to me, it's just been especially evident in the nursing side here. Just I hear we hear horror stories in other nursing homes and town communities, cases, and we've been the good Lord has blessed us here.
Yes.
We've got good staff who really care about what they're doing and trying to stay safe in and outside the community, and I think it's had a huge impact.
I think one of the other things too that's been really great is the ongoing education that we continuously do with the team.
Yeah.
Regarding infection control, and then with the addition of being able to really maintain separate households to the best of our abilities with our staff.
Right.
And making sure that's, helping with that social distancing and definitely preventing cross-contamination has really, really been a big plus for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kat, I'm going to bring up a little bit of a controversial subject because I think it's important for us to talk about it. But, you've been working on a system whereby we can start maybe having spouses of residents here from independent visit their spouses that are here in the skilled nursing side. And we're ready to go on that. And we were ready to go until we talked to the state about that last week. And the state of North Carolina has just said, no, hold off. And it's not that they don't want to do that. It's not that they don't want to do that. It's just that it's it's just something that's they're not ready yet for us to take that step. And the hard part for us is we're seeing people in other states doing these kinds of things. But every state is different.
Yeah.
Every state's handling it different. And right now, North Carolina has said, no, not yet. But you all did the drive-through thing with the parade, which was really well, and just I know the residents were so excited to be able to be outside and see folks going through. And I think even Scooter and I rode through at the end of one. We happened to be coming by at the right time.
Snuck in the parade.
Let's be part of the parade. All right, let's go. So,
You're right. In that moment, you just can't buy that.
Yeah.
To see the eyes of our residents and their hearts just filled with joy.
Yeah.
To see their loved ones and friends come through like that.
Yeah.
That did more than we could have done in any ice cream social or anything we could have.
Sure.
But again, like you're saying, of course, abiding by the guidelines is what we have to do. But
Sure.
we're ready.
Yeah.
We have our beautiful barriers prepared.
Yeah.
So whenever
They're gorgeous.
go is a go, we're good.
Plexiglass, I mean, they're really
Yeah.
first class. They're
Yeah,
really nice.
Yeah.
We get a chance to do it, and hopefully that'll come soon. I really hope that that's going to be something that's going to come soon. So, meanwhile, you all have done a great job with using FaceTime and Skype and it's never too late. Technical equipment that we have, and you all have been using all that kind of stuff to be able to keep the residents that are here connected with family members and all. So, yeah, that's not easy to do, and it's hard for the residents. I think it's really hard for the residents not to be able to see and touch their loved ones. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that right now, and we don't want the alternative to that, which is to have the cases come in here and have to deal with that.
The families have been very supportive.
Yeah.
They understand.
Yeah.
And while it has, we video chat and we Skype consistently throughout the day, all shifts, whatever the family and the residents are wanting and willing to do. And they appreciate it. And they truly, this team also, talks to them on the phone as far as families and keep them updated on a weekly basis. That's what we do, or whenever necessary.
That's
but
great.
definitely, they said they totally understand.
Yeah.
And they appreciate all that River has done across the board.
Yeah, I've been surprised that we haven't had really a lot of pushback from family members. But at most of them, I think you all, that's because you all have done such a good job communicating with them.
Well, the families have been great, and one of the things we're trying to do is not just individual Skype and individual video chat, but when we have birthday parties, 6 feet apart birthday parties,
Yeah.
or hallway birthday parties,
Yeah.
household parties or whatever, we're including the families in that in Skype situations as well.
Right.
So whether it's they're singing along and they're at a distance, or they're playing bingo from a distance, watching a movie, doing trivia, we still keep the 6 feet going on, the staff still have on their masks. But we're trying to pull in families also to see what's going on and participate and enjoy that with them.
That's super. That's great. That's great. You know, the hard part of this is we know this is a marathon, not a sprint, right? And so we know that we might be doing this for quite a while here. And I think the idea here is to get creative as much as possible. And you all have been doing a great job with that. And so we might have to just continue to be more creative until we come up with some sort of solution where, you know, our loved ones here can see loved ones outside the community. We'll get there. I really do think that we'll get there. But it just seems like it's slow and coming. That's the hard part. So.
One of the celebrations of us being family, even when family members can't be here, we had a couple of high school students that one of the nurse mentors got together with her team members and did a high school graduation on the household with the residents as the audience, and then a couple of our had a ceremony.
That's
for their
awesome. So high
graduation.
school graduation.
It was
ceremony.
We were
beautiful.
all into it.
The residents loved it, and it's because we're family too. We're family.
Yeah.
It was very touching.
I'm sure it was touching for those two staff members because, you know, they can't go to the schools and have a graduation, or if they do, it's some sort of drive-by graduation. So they probably, I know my daughter's one of those, she feels a little cheated that she didn't get a chance to have a true
They were
graduation.
into March.
Yeah.
And Robin Lundy was the speaker, did an awesome job.
That's awesome. I think
It was
that's
just-
awesome.
And again, we stayed 6 feet apart,
Yeah,
had our masks on.
that's great.
Yeah. And the beauty of that too is their aspirations is to go on to be nurses. And
Oh, that's-
both of them are saying, you know, when we're done, we're coming back home.
That's
And so
awesome.
that's what River Landing is, you know, we just love it. I'm gonna cry when
That's great.
but it's just a blessing to just, you know, be able to, even in the midst of all this, to
Yeah.
see the staff and the residents all coming together, no matter what. We're just in it together,
Yeah,
and we'll be okay.
that's awesome.
You know, looking for positives, before the pandemic, you probably wouldn't have done something like that.
Exactly.
So trying to find, you know, that silver lining in there somewhere. This is one of those things you may carry on even after the pandemic.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool, that connection like that.
It is. I'm gonna tell you the other thing that's coming in handy. You know that grant that we were blessed with earlier in the year, not knowing. Of course, we're gonna utilize it, but it's never too late. It has truly been a blessing throughout our community.
That's great.
In healthcare, we have utilized that. They're like, can we get another one? Is there?
No.
But it really has helped with the activities and different things. So we really gotten to know it better than we probably would have.
Sure.
Had we not been in this situation, have to use it so much. So.
Kat, one of the things you and I have talked about on the phone, we've had a lot of phone conversations, not so much in person. Matter of fact, it's nice to see both of you. I haven't seen both
I
of
know,
you.
you didn't
It seems like several months that I haven't seen you all in person, just because we can compartmentalize this much. But you and I have talked about how we think it's very interesting that the Lord has really just kind of set things up. He just kind of set it with getting the IN2L in place just before this kind of started. You know, even just hiring of some of the staff that we have in place, you know, just was a real confirmation for me that, you know, in the midst of all this chaos and pandemic and worry and fear, and you know, we have just added. The Lord has just provided for us. We've added staff members in the right places that we need to. We've had things happen that we didn't know why they were happening, that happened for a reason to prepare us for this. And you know, it's really neat. I know sometimes you talk about the fingerprints of God, but I think if we look hard enough, and we don't even have to look that hard, we've seen so many fingerprints of God all over what's been happening in the last 3 or 4 months to prepare us for this. And so,
I think Tony and I were saying, you know, during this time, know that this is our point now, that this is where we're all supposed to be right now in this time, together, to get through this, because none of us have been through anything like this
Right.
in our career.
Unprecedented, right?
It is,
Yeah.
and it's just where we're supposed to be, but we have truly been blessed, consistently, lean on the Lord for his wisdom and guidance, as we have always done as a community.
Yeah.
But even now, he's always still making us smile.
Yeah.
That's why I told Tony this morning, as a matter of fact, he makes me smile every day, no matter what we're dealing with. Focus surveys and all, and we had a blessing with that. We did have our infection control focus survey, and the state was very pleased. But we find some kind of way out of the day. We gotta smile. We have to know that it's all in God's hands, and we're good. We're gonna be fine. Our residents are gonna be the benefit of it all. So.
Well, just sharing some of the stories you've talked to me about over the phone. I love the way the staff over here just all picked up. I mean, they're doing duties that aren't part of the duties that they would normally have come in to do before the pandemic. They're doing things. And we have Ken on that as our chaplain on the independent living side. You have Robin over here. I know what a blessing Robin has been over here. We talked about maybe trading them for a while. And I did that for all you who don't know. Ken's sitting in the room. I did that for you. So I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But we were blessed with Robin chaplains. And I think about Tracy and I think about all the support folks, Eric and Doris, and I'm not going to miss so many people, Karen, and the whole team you have over here. You're just, and all your household coordinators, all your nurse mentors over here. Just, Kat, you and Tony have been working on your team since you got here. And you really just kind of got your team in place right before all of that. That's what I was talking about. When we were friends of God, it just all seemed to kind of come together right before this happened. I just think it's amazing.
And the opening of the healthcare bistro.
Yes.
I mean, think about that. With the compartmentalization.
Yes.
That's a hard word for me to say.
Especially with a mask.
It's very hard to say it. But I mean, the timing of this opening, it was just, everything was meant to be in that way.
Or even the clubhouse, for the
Yes.
living side.
Yes.
We weren't using the clubhouse for what it
Yes.
intended to be for the
Right,
first couple of
right.
months. But look what a blessing it was turned out to be for us, so that we could do what we had to do up there. So.
One of the other things too is we were talking, while we are in our different areas, you guys are over there, we don't get to see each other, but the support that we have for one another is just awesome, because we know that we're here for each other, so it just makes it okay.
Yeah.
It makes it okay.
Yeah. Even though we're not seeing you as much from a visual standpoint, we're talking to you a lot. There's a lot of communication, and I have to tell you, it makes me sit very well at night knowing that the two of you are watching over health center and residents here, and I know the effort that you all put in. So thank you from all of us. Thank you for protecting our residents.
We thank you all too, and we thank our amazing team, because without them, we couldn't do it, so we're really just truly blessed, and I will say, it's definitely been a challenge.
Sure it has.
And while we have so many great things going on, there are many, many days that are very extremely challenging in this process. But it's been okay. I think that it's made us stronger, more importantly, wiser and more connected together.
Yeah.
But it is the staff, trying to make sure that they get the rest that they need in the midst of all of this.
Sure.
Because of course, with the staffing and challenges that come with all that, and so just making sure that they're okay has been a great task. But I think we're doing it.
Well, they can't do a very good job taking care of others if they're not taking care of themselves.
Exactly right.
So we know.
And we definitely want them to take care of themselves, because we recognize they're picking up extra time, they're picking up extra shifts, like you said, they're doing extra things,
Right.
and taking care of each other in the process as well as their, we have a couple of staff members that are doing hair. That's what
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They're beauticians, licensed beauticians.
So they're able to do that because they're licensed.
That's awesome.
But it's outside of the norm.
That is
They're
good.
working extra to do it quite often. And then others picking up shifts, just helping to take care of our residents. It's great.
Because I think sometimes, a lot of times, others may not realize it, like when we do have to have someone in our quarantine area, just because we're watching them for 14 days, maybe they had to go out to the hospital for some reason, that puts a great strain on staffing and trying to maneuver that, because we have to have set staff over there.
Right.
Or if someone's been out because they're really ill or whatever. You can go a whole day, maybe with a nurse not being in because you have other support system to step in into that role, be it Tony, Jolie, have our extended leadership. But when one CNA is out off a household, it makes a world of difference in just how to really make sure things go the way they should. So, that just says a lot. The staff stepping up, saying, "Hey, what do you need? You're here." So that makes a difference.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, thank you both so much for just being the leaders over here and just doing everything you possibly can to keep our residents and our staff safe. Okay, Lisa, we do have some questions.
Okay.
Right?
We do. So, the first question, will we start to get charged for golf again now that the golf shop and all 9 holes are open? So yes, we put out something last week that we will begin the charging again.
The huge
And
$5
the huge $5 cart fee.
Yeah.
So yes, that will start again. And I know some of you also have, what would you call it, annual memberships, Tom?
Yeah, memberships.
Is that a good term for that? Scooter will be talking to you all about that, because that will start up again as well. So, but Scooter will help with that.
If you have an interest in that, just call the Scooter.
Absolutely. I think it's a great deal, to be honest. So,
Lisa, your glasses are fogging.
they are fogging up. That's what a mask does. So, let me
That's why mine keeps slipping down a little bit.
Oh, so now I don't know if I can read the question, but I'm going to try. Can I stay in my home when housekeeping comes? So we've talked about this, and we also put out a memo related to this early on, that when you have your housekeeping time, so that's once a week for 45 minutes, maybe half hour, an hour, whatever it is, it depends on the size of your unit, you do need to leave your home when housekeeping is coming. The whole point of that is to avoid the cross interaction between staff members and residents. So it's just limiting your exposure, but if you want your housekeeping, you do have to not be home when they come and clean. So just want to reiterate that. They will not be able to clean your home if you're going to be in your home. So that's very important, and that's just another way for us to reduce the risk of exposure, possible exposure.
We need to be very strong about this. I think we didn't realize that we were putting our housekeeping staff in a bad position because residents wanted to stay in their homes and housekeepers didn't know what to do with that. And we just found out this is happening. And you're telling the housekeepers to radio their supervisors if somebody stays in their home, then they are not supposed to go in the home at this point.
They're not.
Please don't give the housekeepers a hard time. They're following our direction.
They are.
And we are protecting them as well as protecting you. And so if you have a problem with that, you need to talk to either Joe or Lisa or myself about it, and we'll work through that with you. But we do not want you in your apartments or your homes when your houses and homes are being cleaned. And I'm sorry if that upsets you, but that's just the way it's going to have to be. You have to do that, and by you staying there, you're jeopardizing us being able to provide full housekeeping for other residents in the community. So please take this seriously.
And it really does put our housekeepers in a bad spot. Our housekeepers don't want to tell you, I'm going to have to go because you're here. So it just makes it challenging for them to be able to do their job.
Right.
So they will be radioing Joe or Denise if someone's in the home and when they come to clean, because we're expecting that you will be out of the home before your team gets there. Okay, one last question. Where will the parking be for the new wellness area once it opens up? So that's a pretty easy one, right, Tom?
It is.
We used to have a tennis court back behind the bistro area, which now is the new parking area for wellness, or for bistro coming in. But it's that whole new lot back there where it has car parking as well as multiple golf cart parking spots. So that was intended for wellness area once we were up and open. We just did that part first, right, Tom?
That's right.
We created the parking first. So that was a good question, but that is the usage of that new parking lot area back there.
Yeah, I'm gonna hesitate to say this a little bit, but, that back area when the wellness opens up, it's gonna be more of a staff parking area, to be quite honest with you. Now, there will be some residents that may come in,
Sure.
come in to use the,
Clinic area,
the clinic,
and
thank you.
yes, there'll be a few
And
spots
there might be a
there.
few spots for people that are parking who maybe usually, that are staying in Glen Eagles that park there, but, really we want that to be more of a staff parking area in the back.
Right.
There's not really a true entrance into the wellness center, a true entrance into the wellness center coming from the back parking lot.
Right.
We usually want you to come from the other side, which is the back of the bistro, that parking lot area. That's why we designed that.
Right.
So.
And when you come into that area, that's where the beauty shop is, the locker rooms, all
That's
that
right.
good area. So it's perfect parking to come to the wellness.
Yes.
So, great question.
Lisa, I don't know if you have this one of your questions, but we've also noticed that some folks are parking in the green lots. Is that right? The parking their golf carts in the green lot. Is that right?
No, we've had some folks parking actually up by the multipurpose room on the sidewalk area.
Oh, yeah, no, that doesn't.
So for new folks, I think sometimes, when you're new here, you don't always know some of the rules.
Right.
So you can't drive on our sidewalks, you can't park up on our sidewalks, so that big, nice area behind the multipurpose room, it can be very tempting to park your cart there, because as you come in, that's where the water's edge is, the Wayfair, the multipurpose room.
Right.
That is not for parking, that is for foot traffic only, no parking behind the multipurpose room on that big sidewalk area. So you have to actually park in a parking lot and come in. There's no parking in that area.
Those sidewalks I know they look big enough to be
They
able to
do.
drive a golf cart, but we do not want you driving
It's
a
not
golf cart.
intended for that.
And that also impedes people that are walking on those things, which is
Yep.
what they were intended for, so please do not do that.
Right. So thank you for reminding me of that.
Yeah, I just thought of that
That
when
was
we were talking about parking lots.
yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was in the green lot.
No, it was right behind the NPR.
All right, Lisa, what about Spectrum?
Okay, Spectrum. They have figured out what's wrong with 1390.
Yes, they have. They have pulled all the equipment out.
So we know what the problem is. They've had to order parts to be able to repair what the problem is. It's not a quick repair. So a lot of you are not going to have 1390 for a period of time while they're fixing it. So just be patient with that. But what we're doing is putting everything onto CareMerge through our YouTube channel. So we will put a link to our shows and other shows that we have that we can do this with onto CareMerge. So you would log into CareMerge and click the link to be able to go to our shows. So we are putting that in place for right now while our system is down. Okay, but we do know what the problem is. It just takes a little bit to fix it.
Yeah, they have to order parts, and I think
They
that's,
do.
we just don't know how long it's going to take
We
to get
don't.
the parts in.
We have no
It could be a couple
timeline.
days, it could be a couple weeks, we
It
just
could
don't
be.
know yet.
It could be.
They can't give us a definite date, so we'll try and give you updates as we go along, but
Yep.
just want to make sure you're all aware
Yep.
that at least it looks like they found the issue,
Yes.
and we'll be able to fix it once and for all.
Yes,
So,
very true. So, let's see. Also, a reminder, not today, it's not a good day to be walking outside,
well, actually,
but, well, if you,
on the golf course, it'd be a great day. 'cause
well, that's
somebody
true.
playing.
That's true. There's no golfers today. But normally, the golf course has really been booming. So we want to make sure for your safety, you are not walking on the golf course between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. So you have to walk before that or after that. So that's for your safety, and we really need people to abide by that, because we don't want anybody getting hurt out there. And some people ask me, well, what is the golf course? I don't walk on the green. I don't walk on that area. But the golf course includes the cart paths. The cart path is what we're really talking about. That's where folks like to walk. But I've had several tell me, well, I'm not on the golf course. Well, the cart path is the golf course, okay? So that's probably the best way to say it. If you're on a cart path, you are on the golf course. And I know Ken over here, he's a golfer, so he knows, he's seen folks out there, and he's afraid he's gonna hit y'all. So you
Yeah, but
want to stay off.
But it's not so much Ken. It's for golfers like me. If you're actually walking on the actual golf course, the green or the fairway when I'm playing, you're safe.
They're safe.
I'm never going to hit you. It's the ones that are walking on the walking paths are the ones that
That's
are really
the
in real deep trouble at this point,
So please, for your safety, not on the golf course between 8 a.m. 6 p.m. and that does include the cart path.
yeah, please stay off the golf course.
Yeah.
We don't want anybody to get hurt.
No, we sure don't.
We've had a couple near misses in the past.
Yes.
And
That's
actually
scary.
had a resident that was hit by a golf ball one
Yes,
time. So
we did.
that is not something we want to have happen.
No.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we need you to stay off those paths.
Right.
Lisa, I think we get to do birthdays next.
We do, and we missed several birthdays, Tom, because
have.
we haven't been on the show since last Thursday.
Okay.
So
All
let's
right.
catch up. There's none today,
None today.
but since last show, May 12th, we had Marianne Farnay.
All right, Marianne.
May 14th, Peggy Burleson.
Peggy.
May 15th, Donald Medina and David Edgerton.
Don and Dave.
And then tomorrow, since we're also not on the air, Lois Leslie.
Yeah, Lois.
And then our plan is to be back again on Thursday.
Yes.
So look for another show after Thursday, I
And we'll be
guess.
in a different location.
Different
We
location.
won't bother at Cat Tony on Thursday.
They can only handle us once.
I've been wanting to take my mask off. You probably have seen me. I've been wanting to take my mask off this entire show. And, just because of Cat Tony, I've been kind of keeping it close here.
Well, and we're not as spread out as when we're in the NPR. We're spread out a little bit more, but we're just taking extra precautions. So we're sorry if you couldn't hear us as well. We just really are trying to protect each other too. So thank you for that.
And if I can say this, and this is us all day.
Yeah.
In healthcare, this is us all day.
Yeah.
So we have to keep it
I
all.
get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And honestly, I know you all don't see it, but over in the independent side, if you're walking the halls, that is us all day as
Yes,
well.
yes.
So our residents have been very good about wearing their
Yes,
masks.
they have.
And the staff have been too. And so
Yes.
every once in a while, we'll catch somebody that forgets to take their mask and they've got their arm around their face like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
or they got their shirt up over here like this, but it's really the rare occasion now.
And sometimes the mask slips down under your nose and we just have to pull it back up. So little things like that.
Yeah,
But it's all
sometimes-
education.
Sometimes you intentionally put it down like this so that your voice projects a little bit better. Than
Sometimes you do. So-
We do have to eat, right?
Yep. So we just have to help each other with it.
So happy birthday to all of our folks that are
Yes,
having birthdays.
yes.
Happy birthday.
And we're going to end with a joke.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Is it a Ken joke or is it your joke?
It's a. Tony was leaving. He knows
Tony
what
just
joke.
left. He said, I'm out of here.
No, I've actually shared this one before. So, but this was a good one, kind of an oldie but a goodie, I think. So, okay, this is called "Married 4 Times." The local news station was interviewing an 80-year-old lady because she had just gotten married for the 4th time. 4th time, huh? The interviewer asked her questions about her life, about what it felt like to be married again at 80, and then about her new husband's occupation. He's a funeral director, she answered. Interesting, the newsman thought. He then asked her if she would mind telling him a little about the first 3 husbands that she had and what they did for a living. She paused for a few moments, needing time to reflect on all those years. After a short time, a smile came to her face, and she answered proudly, explaining that she had first married a banker when she was in her 20s, then a circus ringmaster when in her 40s, and a preacher when in her 60s. Go figure, right? Now in her 80s, a funeral director. The interviewer looked at her quite astonished and asked why she had married 4 men with such diverse careers. She smiled and explained, well, I married 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go!
That's good. That's a good one. I had forgotten that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love
that's
that
good.
one, so.
Oh,
Well, Kat, Tony, gang, thank you for your hospitality and letting us come in
Yes,
here,
thank you.
letting me risk a little bit by bringing my mask down a little bit here and off a little bit.
well, he's far enough away from you.
Yeah, I'm fine with you guys. And, just a beautiful place that you guys have.
Thank you all.
And at some point, when we're COVID-free and we don't have to have worries, it'd be nice to do some tours, I think.
Yes,
with folks.
yes, yeah.
So, that could be something for the future. We'll see how long this goes. But just thank you for all that you're doing. And Lisa, this will be so long until Thursday. We'll be in a new
Yes.
location. We're going to have Ken, the chaplain, with us on Thursday, so
Yes.
that'll be exciting to have Ken with us.
And I think he might be ending us with some music today.
Is he ending us with some music today? Well, that's great. Well, let's go ahead.
Another piano player.
Let's pan over to Ken.
Oh.
And you all have a wonderful afternoon.